All right, y'all. We need to talk about something very serious right now. The number of people that come to me with the number one complaint that they have no time for foreplay. This is almost as close as the amount of people that I get that struggle with their desire, feeling that lack of desire, that lack of intimacy, and that lack of connection. And what I found over time is when we're feeling that lack of connection, when I start to dig deeper and ask more questions about what exactly their sex life looks like, it is coming down to the fact that foreplay is either very minimal or non existent. And I'm talking non existent to the point where it's like, all right, we're in the bedroom, we're getting ready to go to bed. Hey, tap, tap on the shoulder or poke, poke with the penis in my back. And all of a sudden, you just expect me to be ready to go, right? There's no sort of foreplay. As women, sometimes we feel that immense amount of guilt and we're like, okay, sure. Okay, my husband wants it, my partner wants it. So, let me just buck up and take one for the team real quick and let's get this over with. That is not how you want your intimate life to look like. I know it's not because I hear from you, all of you, on a daily basis. Rachel, how can I get my partner to feel more intimate? How can I have better sex? How can I create a more intimate life for myself? How can I get more pleasure in sexual experiences? And so that is exactly why I created this freebie that I'm rolling out to you all today. I've created a freebie, 5 ways for you to get the foreplay that you crave. And listen up, if you're a woman that's listening to this right now, and even so, if you're a person that has a woman as your partner, you need to listen to me very loud and clearly right now. Women, those of us that were assigned at birth with a vulva, with female parts, we have shit that goes on in our body that helps us prepare for sexual intercourse. It is not like what you see in the movies where, again, penis poking in the back, or you join us in the shower and all of a sudden it's just this miraculous wave of energy and excitement and all of a sudden we're super wet. That is not realistic, all right? As a woman, we need about 15 to 20 minutes of foreplay. Enjoyable foreplay, might I add. So if you're a woman that's listening to this right now and you hate kissing, or you hate nipple play, or you hate being touched, getting massage or anything like that, and if that's your partner, that's what their go-to, they're spending that 15 to 20 minutes sucking on your nipple, girl, that's not doing shit for you, right? If anything, you're more annoyed than anything, right? So making sure that 15 to 20 minutes is enjoyable foreplay, and that's exactly another piece of this handout that I've created for you, this freebie. Yes, I said free. This is 100% free to you to download on my website. It is a 5-page handout that's going to help you be able to see what are your turn-ons, what are your turn-offs, what is the foreplay that you crave, as well as give you my top 5 tips on how to get the foreplay that you freaking deserve. All right? So, without further ado, let's jump into this episode, but definitely go to my website, wellnessexpertise.com. That's wellness, WELLNESS, sexpertise, SEXPERTISE.com. Of course, I'll link it in the show notes for you, but head over there right now and download this freebie that I've created for you, because I'm telling you, if you're feeling like foreplay is something that you are struggling with, this is your answer. Enjoy. Hello! Welcome to the Owning Your Sexual Self podcast, a place for you to listen and explore all things surrounding sex positivity. I'm your host, Rachel Main, sex therapist and educator, intimacy coach, awesome wife to my husband, Danny, board of directors member and team leader with Pure Romance, and best of all, a work-from-home dog mom to my favorite pups, Bane and Tater. After starting my Pure Romance business, I quickly learned how much sexuality education was lacking within my community and how much shame was placed on things like fantasies, masturbation, and sexual dysfunctions. I'm on a mission to make this world a more sex-positive place, and with this podcast, I hope to reach thousands of people.
I'll bring real-life experiences to the surface and normalize them by offering a non-judgmental view. If you can get down with that, then tune in every Monday and let's change this fucking world.
All right, if you haven't already gone over to the website and downloaded the freebie, definitely do that now. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you one of the 5 things that I suggest within the freebie. And I'm telling you, you still want to go and get the freebie because it is so interactive and it's going to help you identify so many things that are unique to you, your desire, your blockers, ways that you can implement my 5 tips within your personalized schedule. I'm telling you, you want to go get that. But one of the things that I mentioned in this freebie is the 3-minute game. And I have to admittedly say that this was brought to my attention just a few weeks ago amongst one of my amazing sex coach friends and colleagues. And that's one of the reasons why I love continuing education and being in a group like this, because it's just a bunch of badass masterminds all talking about sex in ways that we can help other people out there that are wanting to improve their sex lives. So in the creation of this freebie, I had asked, what are some things that you would suggest to somebody that came to you that was asking for help with your sex life, with their foreplay? If they're not feeling like they're in the mood or they don't have time for foreplay, what would you tell them? And this 3-minute game came up. Now, this is the perfect thing if you are truly somebody that feels like you don't have a lot of time on your hands, or you need to find something that legit you can get in within 20 minutes. And in this freebie, I highlight the fact that foreplay really is more than just a pre-sex ritual. It truthfully is about the connection that we make with our partner on that intimate life. So it doesn't always have to lead to sex. It can just be an intimate moment, a moment of closeness that you're able to establish with your partner. Because really, truthfully, isn't that what we want? Don't we want to feel more connected, more close, more understanding of our partners? Don't we want a more loving and fulfilled marriage, relationship, whatever it might be that you categorize it as? That's what we're all here for. That's one of the reasons I'm sure you listen to this podcast. So this 3-minute game, here's how it's played. It's very, very easy, very simple. And I'm going to challenge you. If you're someone that's sitting here thinking, Rachel, I don't have time for foreplay, we just don't have the time, I'm going to ask you, do you have 20 minutes in a week to spare to do something like this activity that I'm going to talk to you about today, the 3-minute game? 20 minutes in a week. That is doable, all right? I'm going to challenge you, and if you're telling me that's not doable, I'm calling bullshit. It is doable, all right? And let's say, end of the day, this is not something that's doable. I can almost guarantee you that at least one of the 5 tips that I share in that freebie is going to be doable for you and your crazy busy schedule that you might be living. And I'm going to just add, there are tips on there that even if you're someone that's in a relationship where you're maybe in a long distance relationship, yeah, there's a tip in there for that too. I got you. All right, so this 3-minute game, super, super easy. So this is going to be you and your partner or partners taking a moment to sit down, and let's say you've just put the kids to bed. You have that moment to sit down, lay in bed, and you're sitting there watching TV. I'm going to challenge you in this moment to turn off the TV and do the 3-minute game instead. All right, I know how easy it is for us to get in that automated feel that I'm guilty of it too, right? It's like, okay, we're sitting on the couch and okay, looking at the clock, well, it's 11, that's our bedtime around here. And so you get into bed and you're sitting there playing on your phones, TV's on, you're completely distracted, and one of you may drift off into sleep, or one of you might hit that wall and say, okay, good night, I love you. And that time right there, that's your time for foreplay. That's it. That's your time that you're going to use to do this 3-minute game. So you're sitting there, you're laying there, whatever you're doing, whatever sort of setting you're in, and you're going to have 2 questions. That's it. 2 questions that you're going to ask your partner. The first one is, how do you want me to touch you for 3 minutes? The second one, how do you want to touch me for 3 minutes? All right. So there's also very much negotiation that can happen in between these 2 questions. So let me go back to question number 1. How do you want to touch me for 3 minutes? Okay, let me play this out. So my partner and I, my husband and I, are playing this game, and he asks me, how do you want me to touch you for 3 minutes? Now, this could be a variation of answers, right? And you know that. Depending on the day that you've had or the day that you're gearing up for, depending on the time of day that you're doing this, that could be very different, right? I might want to be touched in a way that, let's say, I might say, for 3 minutes, I would love if I could just lay my head in your lap and you would play with my hair. That would feel amazing to me right now. Or, I would love for 3 minutes if you could just massage my neck. Was that okay? Does that sound good to you? Or I would love for 3 minutes for you to pay 100% attention on my clitoris. I would love for 3 minutes for you to give me the best foot rub that you can even think of right now. Those are some examples of things that you might, or ways that you might respond to that question, right? And then that negotiation comes into play. I gave you a little example of it already, but does that sound good to you? Does that sound like something that you could show up for right now? You could be present for right now? You could do for me right now? And then your partner is going to think, yeah, I feel good with that, And let's say the response was, I feel good to that, but would you mind actually if you laid on your stomach and I played with your hair instead? Or would you mind actually if can I just use my hand to focus 100% on your clitoris? Or can I just use my mouth to focus 100% on your clitoris? Right? There's going to be some of that back and forth, and that's okay. That's what you want, because the point of this game is for both of you to be able to show up in a genuine way, in a way that you will both feel present and excited about in that moment. You're asking for your desire, and now you're hearing your partner confirm that yes, they want to do what you're asking for you. Okay, so then same partner's doing the question asking. Now, in my example, my husband would ask me, how do you want to touch me for 3 minutes? You see, the ball is very much in the person that's being asked's court in a way, right? But that's why you still want to allow for that negotiation to happen. So, Danny asks me, how do you want to touch me for 3 minutes? And I can sit and ponder and think, well, I know you had a long day today, so I would really love to focus on giving you a back massage. Or I would really love to give you the same attention back. You're focusing 3 minutes on my clitoris. I would like to focus 3 minutes on your penis. Right? Whatever you desire in that moment, you get to answer. You get to respond in a way that feels genuine to you. Then, again, that negotiation process is going to happen. And so, in my loving husband's words, he might say, okay, yeah, I'm great with you focusing 3 minutes on my penis. Can you do that with your mouth? Is that good with you? Is that a hand? If you listen to last week's episode, blowjob queen over here. But anyways, that is how the 3-minute game is played. And again, I can't stress how important that negotiation process is important, because that allows you, again, to be fully present. And then after that, your negotiations are over. You know exactly what's going to happen, and you take that 3 minutes per each other to do what was just discussed. You take that 3 minutes to explore each other, to lay out and do what it was that you designed to do in that 6 minutes with one another. And then from there, we'll see what happens. But I would be willing to say that when you're able to confidently express what your desires are in that moment, both with being touched and touching your partner, that is powerful. That is super fucking powerful, actually. That allows you the control. That allows you to decide and state exactly what it is that you would like in that moment. And then actually receive it in that moment for 3 minutes. That's incredible. Freaking-credible. Now, I know for so many of you listening to this, the problem with you not being able to find time with foreplay is because you're so fucking tired. So fucking tired. And I know in talking with so many of you that so many of you fall in that responsive desire category, meaning that you need something to happen to you in order to start feeling turned on. So, AKA any of the examples that I gave, when you're asked that question, how do you want me to touch you for 3 minutes? And you respond with however you want to be fucking touched in that 3 minutes, and your partner actually does it, I'm going to be willing to bet that after that 3 minutes is up, there are some juices flowing. You are likely feeling a little bit more turned on than you were the 3 minutes prior to that. And that is going to lead you to that deeper connection. That is what could open up that door to a sexual connection. Maybe intercourse happens after that. Maybe that foreplay turns into longer, extensive oral favors into which both of you are coming. You never know. But I'd be willing to bet that by the end of this, both of you feel a closer connection. You feel more intimate. You feel thankful that you took that time to spend with one another. Because that is what you're here for. That is why you want to find more time for foreplay. So, go out there, download the freebie. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. Plus, what do you have to lose? It's fucking free. So go download the freebie, wellnessexpertise.com. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your feedback on this. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you've tried. Send me a message on Facebook. Send me a DM on Instagram. Post in the Owning Your Sexual Self group. I want to hear how this podcast, how this freebie, how any of my programs have helped you change your life or change the way your relationship works. That's how I keep this going. That's how I can better serve you. So thank you. Enjoy this 3-minute game, and I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much for listening today and helping me change the world by spreading sex positive awareness. If you love the show, please subscribe so you never miss an episode and leave a review for others to see. If you want to see me on the daily, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram under Rachel Main, or check out my Linktree website in the show's bio for direct links to all my pages. You can also shop my Pure Romance store or become a Pure Romance business owner yourself by visiting pureromance.com/RachelUC. Thank you again so much. Until next week, go out there and own your sexual self.